arrived at Trondheim, found the only free parking in the city,
Yeah.
very far from a city center,
Yeah.
like 40 minutes
Parked the
walk.
car somewhat awkwardly, but
Yeah, but we have like some camper vans here, so it's nice.
that's right. Trondheim. So this is a big city. Well, at least by Norway standard. After a trip for a month, we're finally going to Trondheim. It's one of those bigger cities on our trip. I feel like we started to appreciate cities a little more after spending a couple of weeks in the wild in Norway, and so we were really looking forward to coming to this city. The city is very clean. It has a lot of pretty architecture, and it is metropolitan by Norwegian standard for sure. If you go to the city center, you do see a lot of people. There are those international chains over there. There's McDonald's, Burger Kings, and all the stuff you could think of in a city. And it's all the way up north. This is going to be our last stop in Norway, because after that we're going to Sweden. I remember this time it was a little bit hard for us to find a proper parking, because it was never easy to find a proper parking in Norwegian cities. So we had to park somewhere about 40 to 50 minutes away from the city, and then we will have to walk. So basically you're gonna see this video where we walk a lot, just walk around the city, because this is basically what we did when we're staying there. We ended up spending the weekend in the city. The weather was great the first day and was a little bit cloudy the next day. So the first day in Trondheim was great. The sun was so bright, which was very rare in Norway, and you could even see it. Like everybody was out in the street, going to restaurants, drinking, partying with other people, and the city looks very clean and nice and neat, to be honest. Those cute little canal houses, I call them canal houses because I have no idea what they're actually called, but it reminds me of Innsbruck, it reminds me of Amsterdam, it reminds me of Copenhagen, but according to Lyra, it's obviously better in the sense that it's less touristy, there are less people, it's very peaceful. When you're there, I feel like we're the only tourists there. So we explored Trondheim a little bit. I really like the city. I think it's better than Bergen. Maybe it's the weather. It's one of the best days. And it's just very authentic. Not too many tourists, all locals, very chill. When the weather is good, the locals are having parties. There's some sort of events happening all around the city, and restaurants and buildings. It's just nice, cute city. It's the third largest city in Norway, and so far it's my second favorite. So we went to this bar district. It was basically an old factory district, and it was converted into a bar district. There were so many nice restaurants on the waterfront. There were some sort of converted oil rigs right in front of you, and there's this open air gallery with a lot of photo exhibitions. We spent a lot of time there. We spent a solid 30 minutes over there. We even met some girl. She walked up to us, started talking to us, telling us her story and everything in the city. So we really appreciated that afternoon. Oh, by the way, the weather was great, so everything feels great. The downtown area of the city is very neat. All those buildings are super cute. I remember walking through those cities, I realized, yeah, this is Norway. It's probably very cold most of the time. So we were super grateful to be able to visit the city when the weather is good and when everything feels right. And the next day was a little bit different from the first day, of course. As I said before, it was a little cloudy, and yet we decided to walk around the city anyway. And it was a Sunday, so you can definitely feel the difference. So a lot of museums are closed, most stuff are closed. We were just walking on the street in an almost empty city.
We found out that on Sunday there's nothing going on in the city, like people just staying home, not even going outside.
That's Europe.
Yeah, but
Whole Europe is like this.
But the weather is also not super good today.
Sleepy weather.
Hey, This one looks like a European cathedral, not just a little Nordic church. This one looks cool.
I went to see this church. Next to the church, there's this military compound, something like that. And there were some cannons, there were some posters about Norwegian military. It was a fun day. We spent the full day there. Oh, by the way, Lyra really likes these residential areas in Trondheim. According to her, it reminds her of those American houses. And I took a look at it. I was like, yeah, that really I could see these houses in somewhere in the Midwest. Yeah, they're typical American, just a lot nicer because they also have their individuality. You feel like they're not super similar to each other, which was kind of nice. So all you know, this is the last city we visited in Norway, and after this, we'll be going to Sweden. And I was looking forward to seeing the city since a couple of weeks ago because a nice city is really hard to come by in Norway. Most of them are kind of small. This is a real city, so I was really happy to be there. Lyra was super happy too. We walked around the city and we spent a solid good weekend. We had ramen, we had good food, we were fully rested, and we're totally ready to go. We just feel like we're leaving a very good friend, and we started to feel a little bit sad. We're also very excited because we know there's something interesting waiting for us at the next destination. So we enjoyed all the nature, enjoyed the cities, everything was great. Nothing went seriously wrong in this country. So all in all, everything was great. We were really happy to be here and we're ready to move on.